Exodus chapter 8, God's power versus Pharaoh's pride. Welcome back to Bible Breakdowns. Today we're diving deeper into Exodus 8, where the plagues continue, and God's power is put on full display against Pharaoh's pride. Let's break it down. We pick up where we left off. Pharaoh's heart is hardened, and he refuses to let the Israelites go. So God sends Moses and Aaron back with a warning. Let my people go so they may worship me. If you refuse, I'll plague your land with frogs. Pharaoh doesn't budge, so Aaron stretches out his staff over the waters of Egypt and boom, frogs everywhere. They leap out of the rivers, canals, and ponds, covering the land. Frogs invade homes, bedrooms, kitchens. No place is safe. Imagine opening your oven or bread bowl and finding frogs in there. Gross, right? The Egyptians are overwhelmed, so Pharaoh finally calls for Moses and Aaron. He says, "Pray to the Lord to take the frogs away, and I'll let your people go to worship him." Moses agrees and gives Pharaoh the honor of choosing when the frogs should be removed. Pharaoh says, "Tomorrow." Moses prays, and God answers. The frogs die off, leaving massive piles of rotting frogs across the land. The relief is temporary, though, because once the plague is gone, Pharaoh hardens his heart again and refuses to let the Israelites go. Next comes the third plague. God instructs Aaron to strike the dust of the ground, and it turns into gnats, tiny buzzing insects that swarm everywhere. They cover people and animals, biting and irritating everyone. This time, Pharaoh's magicians try to replicate the miracle but fail. They're forced to admit, this is the finger of God. But Pharaoh, he's still not convinced. His heart is as stubborn as ever, and he refuses to let the Israelites go. Then comes the fourth plague, flies. Moses goes to Pharaoh with another warning, but Pharaoh doesn't listen. So swarms of flies descend on Egypt, covering homes and land. But here's a fascinating detail. God spares the land of Goshen, where the Israelites live. While Egypt is overrun with flies, Goshen is untouched, a clear sign that God is protecting his people. The flies are unbearable, so Pharaoh starts negotiating. He says, "Go sacrifice to your God, but do it here in Egypt." Moses responds, "That's not possible. The sacrifices we offer would offend the Egyptians. We need to go 3 days into the wilderness, as God commanded." Pharaoh agrees, on one condition: Moses must pray to remove the flies. Moses does, and God answers again. Not a single fly remains, but, surprise, surprise, Pharaoh hardens his heart once more and refuses to let the Israelites go. Exodus 8 teaches us about the consequences of pride and stubbornness. Pharaoh's repeated refusal to obey God leads to greater suffering for his people and his land. Yet it also shows God's patience and power, as he gives Pharaoh chance after chance to do what's right. Next time, in Exodus 9, the plagues intensify with livestock disease, boils, and a devastating hailstorm. Stay tuned for more Bible breakdowns.